Yes. Hey,
I'll call a meeting to order, and a miscellaneous business is the next item. We have other business. We have a continued hearing at 7:30 in Marion Way, and we have discussion and adjournment. So miscellaneous business tonight is to approve the minutes of March 20th, 2014 meeting, and also financial report.
and the coolers. He's supposed to be coming in tonight, isn't
He said he was.
7:30.
he? Yeah, 7:30. How's all this?
Has everybody had a chance to read the
The
minutes?
deed. Finally.
They were emailed to all of you on April 2nd. Did anybody read them?
I was in Aruba, so.
Yeah,
April 2nd?
Yep.
really?
Yep.
You mailed these?
Yeah, that's how I
emailed
went
them.
back and
You
found.
did?
Yes, I did.
April?
Couldn't tell you.
April 2nd.
Yeah, usually within 10 days of the meeting, she does them. If you just
Oh,
take
you're
our
not talking
meeting,
about
she-
the attachments?
No.
Oh, no,
Talking
just the
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those Mac.
Oh, yeah, I read them. But I can't remember what they said,
I
so.
don't have to read them. I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Vote.
You can't read anyway.
True.
Squeeze. Deed location.
Jeez, you open the window, you wouldn't even know it. It's still muggy a little.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's getting a little cool after a while. Want me to open the window? Want me to turn the fan on? No fan. So that the vacuum cleaner can get you the fan.
No, the screen's up here.
The what?
The screen,
Oh, it's up top?
yeah.
Yeah, there's two
It's just
stone,
moving.
there's two stone windows, there's an inside and an outside, you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. You pull the bottom one up and then the screen comes down.
Oh, right, but is there a storm off the bike?
Yeah. Any questions?
That's why you're running the camera.
No, move to accept. We're moving to accept the minutes. Motion's been made to accept the minutes. Do I hear seconded?
I'll second.
Okay, the motion's been made, seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. Okay,
Why don't you jump out?
Yeah, that's what you're gonna do. That's quite a workout for you, wasn't it?
I mean, you guys just all sit there, nobody does anything.
Well, who wants it open? I don't.
She did, she was fanning herself. You want my jacket?
I don't want a jacket. I got my own.
okay, we still have $465 in our budget.
Mhm.
Is that right?
That's right, as of today.
As of today.
Party on.
Okay. We're gonna run out of money in the payroll account before the end of the year.
Stamps.
I'm sorry, what, Don?
We're gonna run out of money
No,
on the payroll account
no,
before the end of the year?
no,
Fiscal year, rather.
right, no. There's enough there.
You're all set.
It's all set.
We got $106 in petty cash.
Okay.
Any questions? Any questions on the finances? None, we will thank Lisa for putting that together for us.
You're welcome. Lisa and I have been working on
Too much?
Well, it's night air.
On a
It's like
project.
an asthma and it hits me.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know what it was gonna work.
I mentioned to Lisa a while back, had an idea of getting a large
Right there.
map.
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
That's why I don't have my windows open at nighttime. I have air conditioning.
Oh, wow.
You can have that and not night air.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, air conditioner takes the stuff that's inside the house, not stuff coming
Maybe a little
in.
bit of filter from the pollen out of your nose and mouth.
Are you through? Okay. I spoke to Lisa about getting a large map of the town. And what I thought we could do with it is to hang it up in the wall in our office and go through all our records, all the cases that we've had, and identify each lot on the map, whether it be to color it in or pins, colored pins, to just, what it would do is it would give us a visual look at everything that we have done since 1960. She thought it was a great idea, so she has gone ahead and
If you take a walk upstairs, I'll show you later.
checked with Merrimack Valley Planning. And we can buy a map for $100. And she's got cost of a couple packets of colored pins for about $10. And we can buy a cork board to put it on for $200, or we can buy the cork and glue it onto the chalkboards upstairs. Cork.
Yeah. We have chalkboards in the office up there?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all
this used to be a school.
Yeah, but in our office up there?
Yeah.
Sure.
Where are they? Where, on which wall?
Do you remember where I have two pictures, two square pictures on the wall,
Oh, I've been up a while.
where the table is?
Yeah,
Right, the wall that the table is up against, that's chalkboard.
good, okay, good. How big is the map?
Mhm.
The map is 3 feet by 5 feet.
Can I make a suggestion? If we get this, do we have a map copying machine here in the town? If not, I can take it to West Newbury, and they just a little fee, and we put it through and make another couple copies. We can put one here too.
But that's only of a date certain. So it stops as of one date. So
Right.
how do you update it if it's not,
Okay.
because you can do the same thing electronically, and then you can update it, right? Now, I don't know about the technology of that, so when I say you can, all I'm saying is that if you do it as of, pick a date, June 1,
Mhm.
okay? Who decides what's, and I'm not trying to argue, I'm just curious, who decides what's accurate as of June 1? Does that require a town certification that this is, as of June 1, this is what the town says?
It comes from the company that does the mapping for the town. That's where we're getting it from.
Okay, so they're not, see, that's not certified as, that won't count as anything because they're not hired by the town, like town meeting or something. And I guess I'm lost as to, are you talking about decisions?
Yeah.
Yeah, all our decisions. The map will show, all the lots and the lot number. And the idea was to, and this is about the size of what it would be.
Actually, it'll be larger.
It will be larger.
The lot sizes will be larger on the map.
On the map.
You know,
Oh,
and
yeah,
not-
because this is only 12 by 12, so.
I,
What is the- I like the idea,
What's the advantage?
I'm wondering
What's
about
the
updating it.
advantage?
it's a quick visual. I mean, we have a database. I mean, it's gonna take, how many we got? How many cases we got? A couple hundred maybe? Do you remember?
They're in, the database is underneath all that paperwork, it'll tell you.
I think we've had 200 some odd decisions, something like
Keep
that.
going, Dawn, it's way in the back of the file.
So essentially, the big map is what we have in this booklet right here. It's gonna be expanded out, the
Yeah,
whole thing.
yeah.
But what is the advantage?
Does Bob already, you already have one of these?
It's a nice visual
I
to see
do.
what the ZBA has done since 1960.
You can certainly, in the event, I mean, the purpose of it, for me, the fact that we had Katrina begin the database and it's been kept up, now means anytime a case comes up, that Lisa or the person in that position can immediately go to that database and say, oh, there was a decision. And sometimes we have properties that have had multiple decisions, that probably only these two, maybe you, would know off the top of your head. And this quickly allows us to pull something. This visually allows anybody, any one of us, to say, oh, let me see. This is lot what? Nope, never happened. I mean, it's a visual, you know. I mean, I think it has, but I think Bob's point is valid. I mean, it changes. It's a question of how these things are generated. That's the only way you could.
Well, no, I was just curious about the,
You know, how do you add and
you can add and subtract anytime you want, you just buy a new map from the same people.
If you
Tell them
assume
to
they,
update it.
but if they do, but you're right, if it's available electronically, if you can
Well,
somehow
can you
download
put it
an
on-
image.
Can you, I don't know,
How often is the map updated?
Every year.
Every year. And to what extent does it get updated? Lots added,
Yeah.
Lots added.
I would assume.
but the footprint of the space is there.
Right, it's already
Right.
there, I guess.
Right.
Well, the footprint, but for instance, if Marion Way occurs, there's gonna be 10 lots that are gonna exist there that don't exist anywhere now.
Right.
So that's something that would be overlaid onto a new map.
you have that, you have the country club and
Right, you got all that stuff going on, and the stuff over on Main Street.
You just made a statement. We could probably get, for less money, an overlay of a new lot.
Yes, because I printed out, the gentleman from the company sent me a draft of the map. I printed it out, and it's 3x5, it's upstairs on the wall, that's what I wanted to show you. But say, year to year, the map changes, perhaps he could just send us an overlay of the areas that have changed, and I could just put it up against the map.
Yeah, that's possible. How did you print it out? How did you produce a 3x5 thing? Oh, by doing page by page by page?
Yeah.
3x5?
We print it as poster,
Oh, I see, okay.
and it prints out 16 to 20 sheets, and I taped them all together. Yeah, yeah.
I got it.
Just, it was pretty cool though, you get an idea of how large it's gonna be,
Yeah,
and how big those lots are gonna show up,
Yeah,
enough
good.
to
Good.
designate with pins or, well, dots are too big for
that's good.
the lots, but.
That's good.
You got 4 pieces of cork for that.
Yeah, that's 4 square feet, and you said it's
That's
3x5, so it's
She
50
figured
feet.
it out.
So when you did, what,
60
4 times that?
So, cost effective, I was trying to
$70.
compare,
Yeah.
because the big cork boards are pretty expensive.
Yeah,
And then you put at the bottom of your disclaimer, it says, this is not to be relied upon as a representation by the town. In other words,
Yeah, I-
anybody,
well-
anybody who wants to come in and say, oh, I saw this, that's, you told me.
Yeah.
I say, no, 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 you gotta go to the decisions. This is a visual aid,
That's all.
this is not
Yeah.
to be interpreted as a town representation about anything to
It's
the
gonna be
public.
printed right on it in a block, a disclaimer.
You got to, because you know what people like to come and say, hey, I saw
I
this,
saw it, you're right.
I saw it, you guys gave it to me, you told me.
yeah, well, I think a disclaimer addresses it. I see it mostly as a tool for the board,
Oh, yeah,
not
this isn't
mostly
something
for
for the
public
public.
consumption.
It's not for the public.
No, no, no,
It's gonna
no.
be on our
It's
office.
just in our office upstairs.
Yeah, but it's still public information.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Somebody comes in and says, I'd like to see it, I understand you got this, can I see it, because it's an easy reference for me. Later they come back and say, I relied on it.
I mean, we have one down in the
Because
town
we're,
hall.
whatever we gotta give to the public.
We have an old one.
Yeah, it's just a reference, that's all. It's a
And that-
reference
that's
tool.
all-
That's all.
That's all it is.
Yeah, and as long as you say it's a reference tool for the board's use, not to be relied upon for, go to the decisions. It's 2 sentences. I know, but you know what people are like when they don't get what they want. When I don't get what I want, I look around for a reason that blame somebody.
Fine, right.
Yep. We, years back, you made decisions that went against somebody and they said, okay, fine, that's the way it is. Now, you get a lawsuit.
Yeah. Darn lawyers.
And they gotta make money.
So what's,
The more the better.
oh, it doesn't, it doesn't. How many per sheet?
It should say how many special permits, how many 40Bs, how many since 1960.
I wanna ask a stupid question. It's in the computer, right?
Mhm.
So you can look up a file in 2 minutes, it's in the computer. And there's nothing to go out, nothing to worry
Yes,
about?
yes.
Wouldn't that be
You
simple?
missed the point.
Okay, it probably
It's
did.
a visual aid. You can see the whole thing at once. You can see the whole town at once.
Yeah, but we're only talking about certain parcels when we're dealing with something, aren't we? Why?
Yeah, no, but it may be valid to see that, one particular street, like Warehouse Lane, has had,
Use
10 or
okay,
12
I see.
decisions down the
Yeah.
whole street. There must be something going on down there. There's always been an issue with people down there that's popped up, as opposed to just seeing.
No, I'm not against it, I just,
Yeah, no, I can see it. I'd like to see it. When we go up to see it, I'll be curious to see it. Because I had no idea you hadn't even moved that far along. I would have thought it was like, well, can you get it by September?
Oh no, he's just waiting for me to give him the go-ahead and I'll get it in a week.
you're gonna have to carry us up.
And we have the money in the budget to do it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem.
Now, how do you want to, might want us to talk about how to put it up on the wall with that cork.
What's it made out of? What material?
Well, the map's paper.
It's just paper.
It's paper.
Actually, I think it's probably gonna be that shiny
Vinyl coated or
It's a little
Yeah.
stronger.
Mylar? Not
So
Mylar.
vinyl.
Could very well be.
Mylar?
Mhm.
Uh,
Could be. We'll
Just
see.
regular mapping
Yeah.
paper, right?
Because that's the thick plastic.
yeah.
I'll have to wait and see, but I'm sure it's gonna be nice.
Push pins.
On this
and-
cover.
Well, we can, before you have it made, you can ask what it's gonna be made of, right? What material?
Yeah.
We must have already said, we
I mean,
already got a price.
An engineer, when he does a Mylar, charges some,
Big bucks.
you know,
Well, maybe it's not Mylar, maybe it's just, I would assume it's,
like plasticized paper?
It's-
Yeah.
Like laminated?
yes, yes,
Oh, laminated
Yes.
paper.
yes.
Yeah, I would think. Like, you know, like most of the maps we get at Staples.
It will come rolled up. In a tube, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you have to roll it the other way.
Glue it, we'll put it down like laying on the floor.
Staple it.
So,
Gee, put it on the floor and then we can look down.
And have another on the ceiling.
we can buy enough, 12 by 12 stick on, cork. To, stick on the chalkboard,
I think that's it.
and they're 1/4 inch thick,
Mhm.
and then you can put the map on top of that. And,
Is there any building use policy that we need to be concerned about putting sticking stuff on the walls
No.
like this?
You've been upstairs?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Long time ago.
I've had-
It hasn't changed.
I've had nightmares since then,
It
and
hasn't changed.
that's why I asked if
Was it the
Janet was
bats?
worried about bats.
The bat's hanging on the wall.
It'll be an improvement.
Well, it sounds pretty good to me, as long as it doesn't ruffle anybody's feathers.
it's 6 times 1379.
82, 83, $84.
Okay. So we got map for $100 and $85 for the pork, packing, and $15-20 for pins. What are they, assorted?
Yes, sorted colors. There's a sheet there, Don.
Push pins.
No, I know what it-
And they're specifically for maps. So they're very small with colored heads.
Do you,
This is on-
oh, I see. Is that how you're going to mark with a pin?
Yes, I'm gonna have a graph.
This is
One
like-
color's gonna
This
mean,
is all.
granted
Oh,
permit.
right.
Yeah,
One color's gonna, I wrote it down,
all right, that's good.
lined paper, what the colors would mean.
That's
You know.
fine.
I'm still on the back.
So, the map you generate is on a computer that you then print out, right?
The gentleman,
In other words, you said you had a bunch of pages
yeah,
of
the
print.
company emailed me a draft, and I just printed it out in poster form.
So who updates it, they do or you do?
Oh, I would think they do.
Yeah. we wouldn't have-
They do, I
have
know.
the information.
They do.
It's like getting a software.
Okay, so they've got the plans, they can update at any time.
I think. They
Let's
must,
see.
they must query the towns for changes that have occurred. Must go here, go to the building department, and maybe the building department supplies the
I would think so.
information.
No.
No?
They don't do
It comes
that.
from
No,
the
why would they, not unless
Go
they
from
do
the
the
assessors. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes,
Assessors.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, they have the map, but the map they have has nothing to do with zoning.
No, this is just purely a lot map. This is almost an assessor's map.
It's like a map and parcel.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah,
Right, it's-
okay, so you're just taking the assessor's plans
right.
Shouldn't they
and
provide it to us?
overlaying
Right.
zoning.
Well, all we're doing is we're saying on a given lot.
Right,
Zoning happened to have a decision on that particular lot at some point in time.
right.
That's
That's all
all
we're
it is.
It's taking our database of decisions and just putting it in a visual
Well,
format.
It's almost
Yeah,
looking like
there's
a
good
map and
reason,
parcel
yeah.
book. You have a whole page with a section that they're making it one big map, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I'm
but-
just thinking about, because they have it electronically updating. Electronically, so that when you need a new one 5 years from now, you don't have to do all the handwork, you just,
Right. Just ask for it.
What are you gonna do with all the pins?
well, that's,
Well, the only things that change are the empty spaces where new lots are created. So, I mean, you know, your lot has been where it's been, my lot's been where it's been.
Well, I
That
mean,
doesn't
when they
change.
have a new map, you'd have to have a new map every time.
right, I
you
guess
do it.
they
You
wouldn't
can't
change
add a
anything,
piece.
they wouldn't change anything.
I'm not so
We
sure about
will.
that. Depending on the change.
Well, if you have a map that has so many spaces already used, how you gonna add a new lot? If it's, well, your lots are there, but you create lots, so,
If they have an A and R or a subdivision,
yeah.
they have to do it, and then if it's affected by zoning, then we do it.
Yeah.
Well, no.
You're not
I
gonna
mean, but
fit it in the
with
map.
regards to the production of the map, if a new lot's created, 10 new lots appear, whether we've touched them or not, whether we ever see them or not. But we need to be able to update it. Now, I see your point is whether or not we can buy a grid of this one section
Yes.
and just put that on an existing map, or
Yes.
whether they say, no, we don't do it that way. We produce a new map annually, and that's, you'll have to wait till you get
Maybe I
your
can
map.
make
We
this
can
a-
give you a written update.
A little simpler. You have one lot, say the country club. All of a sudden now, you have 38 lots on that one little lot. Now, how do you have to do a whole new map. You can't just take something and stick it all.
If it's all done to scale, it's like a circuit board.
All done to scale.
They would create, perhaps, they would create an overlay of just those new 38 lots and
Yes.
send that to us and say, put this, see this 3-inch square that you have here? This fits in there now. Or, and then they may do it, and they may not do it every time they have an update, because they may not say, towns don't want to buy these every time
Right.
one lot gets added or 3 lots get added. They do it annually because it's just cost effective. And if it's a service they provide to all the towns, I'm sure that, you know.
The Board of Assessors updates the maps every single year,
All right, so if it's an annual update,
so
then,
it's an annual update. And I would think we could,
Maybe we can get it off
any
of
changes, we could get an overlay for it.
GPS.
well, that's what you can find out. You can find out how, if there are interim changes, you know, how do those get updated? How do we do that? You know? I would think that they would want towns to subscribe like software to an annual, you know,
Then you
by
add
just
up
send
and
it
you pay a
automatically,
fee.
charge it. Just like we do for the,
Like your
What's-
That's what the
GPS.
assessors do.
do you get the maps that way? Does the assessors board get a map like this? Does the assessors board get this map?
No, we get the booklet.
Map and parcel. I have one in the building.
Yeah, but you don't have it, you don't get this map. Because I was saying, you're right, you would think it would be interesting. Maybe the zoning board and the assessors department could buy them together to further cost. We could partner it. Would the assessors have any interest in it?
I'd imagine if you buy 2 at once, it'd probably be a discount, rather than $100 each.
Well, if Dave can reproduce them, regardless of what we get, and we can, and you could buy them in the assessor's office, one display, or even the planning board.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
go find some partners. Go find some partners in town, see if you can get 2 or 3 departments that want a copy. Split the cost.
We're opening up Pandora's box here.
I know, really. I know Ken was interested in a very large map. This is going back a couple of months ago. He mentioned it.
I mean, the cost is relatively low.
Gee, Dawn, it was just supposed to be a little project.
Well, now let's get on the vacuum.
Jeez.
Oh, 7:31.
Okay.
So we're gonna follow that up in the for the next meeting? Is that what we're gonna do? What do you want to act, I mean, what do you want us to act on it? Do you want a motion?
I'd like to act on it, so that she can get going on it. She can find out, about getting more of them.
Mm-hmm. And I'll ask about, the updating,
Right.
okay?
I initially went to the Board of Assessors to see if I could get a map through them.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And he told me to call.
My
them.
maps,
Uh,
my maps. See, I have the software on the computer upstairs, my maps, so I can print out any map at any time. This one just happens to be one big one.
Right.
Okay.
All right, so, shall we have her go ahead and order it?
Yeah, I don't know that you need the board's authorization or support. I think you as the chairman can probably do that on your own. Actually, and not that we're opposed. I mean, I'll make a motion if you want me to.
Well,
Yeah,
Now, what do you think?
I would say make a motion on it. Then it go in the formal way, and he doesn't get on the hot seat if it didn't work.
Let's put him on the hot seat.
No, let's not.
I say let them hang
Let's
themselves.
put the board on the hot seat rather than Don.
I'm okay with it.
all right,
Right, I'll make a motion that the board authorizes our administrative assistant to complete investigation of a lot map from the Metropolitan Valley Planning Commission and associated products to mount the map in the office.
With disclaimer?
Ultimately with a disclaimer as to its date of authenticity.
Not the date, just the fact that it can't be relied upon by,
Use at your own risk.
by the public as of anything.
Do you have a format that you could draft for us? Something like that? You know, somewhere, something you could send her,
I'll do
Yeah,
it
email
tonight.
me.
I'll do it, well, yeah, okay.
Okay,
Look tonight before we go.
whatever.
okay.
That'd be right.
Right on the back of an envelope like the Gettysburg Address.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll get credit.
Thank you.
all right,
That's what I want.
okay, in your motion,
Is to authorize to do that,
to go ahead and do it.
To go forward, right.
Move forward.
Right.
Okay.
Second the motion.
All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that's it. Good job, Lisa.
as usual.
And a good time was had by all.
Okay, next item on the business is, you got a decision from Mary Fields?
Well, at least I don't see it here. Did you not get an email?
No, I didn't.
Did you check in the last hour? Hour and a half?
No, not in the last hour and a half.
Check.
Want me to go up and see?
Yeah, because I sent it out.
Okay.
last, have you looked at the last two pages? The last two,
Yeah, that's what she was looking for.
yeah,
That's why I was saying, she
Yeah.
shouldn't have to buy it.
that's right.
What does /F stand for? Yeah, /F, I've seen this several times now.
Now we're formal.
Now,
Thank you. $700,000. No way.
Yeah,
Cheap, huh?
here you,
that must go way back, huh? Oh, they didn't have typewriters back then? No PDAs?
But they have.
Lisa. I did mine to him.
this is being appealed.
No. This is the decision from the March
Yeah,
hearing that the builder was not present, or was the owner, so we
Yeah.
denied it.
yeah,
Once we signed it, it can be.
Okay, shall I read it into the record?
yeah. Yeah, sign it and file it.
It's fairly straightforward. There wasn't much to it, as you recall, because we just denied it because it was.
Okay, I'll read it in okay, this is, decision of the Raleigh zoning board of appeals on the protective zoning bylaw upon petition of Angela Frank, submitted by Jeff Clark of Clark Associates for a special permit on property located at 21 Mooresfield Road, allowing the applicant to convert a portion of her existing home at said address to an in-law apartment. The public hearing was held at the Raleigh Town Hall Annex on March 20th, 2014. Members acting on this case are Donald W. Thurston, Chairman, Philip Cressy, Member, Robert Cool, Member, Nathaniel Dummer, Member, and Tom Hyder, Clerk. Pursuant to a public notice originally in the town common, a newspaper in general circulation in the town of Raleigh, published on the 7th of March 2014 and on the 14th of March 2014, and by mail sent postage prepaid to all parties in interest as defined in Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 48, Section 11, and as such, lists of parties were certified by the town assessors in accordance therewith. And to the town clerk, the planning board, the board of selectmen, and building inspector, and by being posted in a conspicuous place in the Raleigh Town Hall for not less than 14 days. The land is located in the Central District, and the deed is recorded in the Essex Registry of Deeds, Book 1274, page 479, noted on Raleigh Assessors Map 25, Block 105, Lot number 2. The applicant is requesting a special permit under section 6.6 of the Raleigh zoning bylaws, which states with regard to the creation of in-law apartments, and that the board may issue a special permit authorizing an accessory in-law apartment within or as an attached addition to a single-family dwelling, subject to the conditions and requirements specified in this section. Further, subject to section 6.6.2, any special permit issued under this section shall be consistent with the intent of this section, while maintaining the appearance and character of the town's single-family neighborhoods. The intent of this section is not to create new rental units in town or to provide owners of single-family dwellings with an opportunity to earn rental income. chairman opened a public hearing in due form and determined there was no conflict of interest by him or any other member. Excuse me. Preliminary case material. At the public hearing on the 20th of March 2014 at approximately 7:15 p.m. The chairman read the application into the record. No certified abutters list was provided. The board received a copy of a plot plan of the existing lot showing the placement of the current single-family home on the site. Neither the applicant nor Mr. Clark were present, and no abutters or other members of the community were present to comment on the application. The proposal submitted with the application by Mr. Clark represents a review of the project on behalf of the applicant. The proposal involved converting a partially finished second floor into a one-bedroom apartment with kitchen facilities. The plan provided the board with all dimensional parameters showing the placement of walls, fixtures, and related utility connections. The proposed size of the apartment was not less than the proposed size of the apartment was not less than the 700 square feet maximum allowed under the current Raleigh zoning bylaw, nor did it allow for two means of access. Inasmuch as neither the applicant nor the builder were present to either amend or advise the board of their intentions to rectify or correct the absence of compliance with section 6.6 of the Raleigh bylaw, the board had to judge the applicant as submitted form. Despite the board's conclusion that the property could ultimately support an in-law unit, it could not grant the special permit requested under the conditions outlined in the application as it stood. The applicant's request is for the board to take an action which would be in direct violation of current Raleigh bylaw, section 6.6. Based on the above, the board voted to direct the clerk to prepare the board's signature. A decision denying the application is submitted as defined in this section 6.6. Board findings. The board, after conducting a thorough examination of the application and proposed request to change the status of an existing conforming use located at 21 Merryfields Road, requesting a special permit under section 6.6 of the Raleigh zoning bylaw, which states, with regard to the creation of in-law apartments, that the board may issue a special permit authorizing accessory in-law apartment within or as an attached addition to a single-family dwelling, subject to the conditions and requirements specified in this section. Further, subject to section 6.6.2, any special permit issued under this section shall be consistent with the intent of this section. Maintaining the appearance and character of the town's single-family neighborhoods, the intent of this section is not to create new rental units in town or to provide owners of single-family dwellings with an opportunity to earn rental income. Since the application as submitted was not found to be in compliance with section 6.6, the board unanimously voted to deny a special permit as requested under said section 6.6. That's it. Now, I'd just like to make one comment on this, is that this was an action that we were forced to make. Mr. Clark had been advised that he needed to come to the board because they had decided that they weren't going to create an in-law apartment. They were not going to put a kitchen. They were going to remove the stove, I guess it was. And consequently, the building department gave them a permit to proceed. Mr. Clark was asked to come to the board so that he could officially request a withdrawal of this application. He did not do so, so we were forced to deny this application because we have to dispense with it one way or another. And that is, there's three ways of dispensing it. One is to grant it, one is to withdrawal, and the other is to deny. and we could not grant it, and he did not request it to be withdrawn, so we were forced to deny it. Okay,
That's good.
your motion to accept the,
Motion to amend?
hmm?
Motion to amend?
Motion to amend.
On the last page, it's just stylistic, but if you look at the last page,
Page 3 or page 4?
well,
Page 3.
page 3, yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry, page 3. If you go halfway down, you see that the bylaw is quoted, okay? The quotes aren't closed at the end. So
Good.
you really should, actually, you just want to have it both in quotes, that's all. It's a tiny,
No, it's not. Then you should also make the same correction on page 1, next to the last, because it's the same information.
yeah.
So after the word income, please.
Okay. Rob has requested those corrections. All those in favor signify by saying aye to insert those corrections.
Aye.
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 Okay. Any other corrections?
And then end here. If you have one, and it's the same thing.
Right, okay. I'm just gonna do the last page, so it can be signed, and then Monday I'll put it on the letterhead, okay?
Page 1 has the correction as well.
Right,
Yeah, no, that's fine.
okay?
That's fine.
And so we'll just sign this and she'll get the corrected.
And we'll have her verbally so that if it doesn't happen, we just all point the finger.
There we go. It's pointing the finger, not giving the finger.
Right. Not here.
Clarifying.
Randy apartment,
Well,
I
you must
inspected it
open it.
already.
Have they?
Okay.
It's been inspected.
We've done some work in that house. I forget what it was now. It's probably why they didn't come in.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
You might want to, if anybody can read it.
Yeah, I can read it. There's a disclaimer that she can write up.
Just wait for the map put in the office.
Well, we'll share this.
Should that be, zoning board of appeals signature,
Well-
chairman's signature, just so that it's,
Oh, sure,
Case-
whenever,
one of us has to, somebody has to do it, right? In order for it to have some validity.
as long as you like the language, however you want to have it, the Oberst.
We can add that to it, right?
Yeah.
You know, can be, as long as it's visible.
A little something I threw together in my spare time.
Another 300
Copyright.
bucks.
Yeah, you get my bill.
this plan here says, I certify this plan conforms with the rules and regulations of the registry of deeds.
That's so it can be recorded.
This is a complex amount of deeding that occurred.
But you can't expect people to read and integrate and, you know, put together
Stuff that happened.
that, which is what I said last time. You gotta have somebody that knows what they're doing, read them. Looks like, assuming all the background is right,
Yeah.
then somebody who has the time to spend a couple hours and say, okay, no, this goes here, this goes here.
It all
All the
plugs in.
arrows, everything follows, you know, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's no gaps. You know, grantee, grantor, grantee, grantor, grantee, grantor. And it's cool. I mean, that's fine. I got no problem with it. I wouldn't do it under the gun, trying to do it.
I don't think we're under the gun, frankly. You don't feel like you're under the gun, do you, John?
Me, no.
Who gets this?
Well, I'll give it to,
Oh, I was gonna,
well, I'll give it to the chairman, and if he likes it, he can ask Lisa
but
to
he did read it.
put it on a, or I can, if you want, I'll,
I
you know what I'll do?
noticed that.
If you like it, I'll just put it on an email and send it to Lisa tomorrow.
That's good. That's perfect.
What do we change here, this big circle here? Is this open the case? Are we open up here? Okay.
Let's see what this one is.
That's an open.
Yeah, I know, but that made sure whether it's a change. No, same thing, same thing. Otherwise, that's a better way, because you can't tell what you're looking at. No sidewalks, even
We've gone from 28 wide to 55.
Oh, must be the same. Nice of this.
Can I check it?
55?
When I did
You know where it was.
Yep, that's correct.
Wow. You have those paperwork?
Oh. My
We
paper.
can sign,
Did I do my
we
paper?
can sign a copy of this last page.
I had mine plus whatever was sitting here, but whatever you want, we can.
Do we need
Do
some?
something with it. You're smiling.
He smiles, he's all
Did
negligent.
you walk,
He's still here.
did you walk out with something?
Yeah, the,
Oh, I thought you took it over.
right.
You did, didn't you? Blaming me, she walked out.
You have mind control over her. That's what that
Yeah.
I didn't pull the cord.
No, you couldn't.
Because you wanted to do it the right way.
It's just that picture there. I guess.
is. First official
Pretty
signing.
good for this.
Still on here?
Oh, middle? Oh. Oh, yeah, really?
Well, you want the photograph taken?
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
now he can be sued too.
Let me do the Ed Norton.
You're right.
Everybody old enough to know who Ed Norton is.
Exactly a year and 3 months younger.
Wait a minute, who's Ed Norton?
Feeling good, feeling okay?
Yeah,
Yeah, rough.
yeah, well,
It's hard.
things are wearing out, Daniel. That's what happens.
Yeah.
You'll be young.
Want my shirt?
Did you find your glasses?
Excuse me?
Did you find your glasses?
Did I find glasses?
Your glasses?
I didn't lose them.
Okay. I was gonna say they're on your head.
Okay,
Mean.
here's your pen.
Thank you, sir. This, here's it.
Want to use mine?
No.
Yeah, I think that there are.
No, that's for a
we go,
paper.
Lisa.
Never know.
Okay. Next case.
Yes.
Mr. DeFulis.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How we doing?
Well, I sent you a package.
Yes, you did, indeed.
This is it, I presume.
And it included all the relevant deeds that the trust owns. And I also included that plan of land that we discussed, showing that the right-of-way has not changed from the initial submission.
All right, I have a question on this plan. You've got, you've got all these lots, and you've got here 29,000 square feet. Does that 29,000 square feet include this, or is it to here,
I believe it includes the total.
the total? Okay, so this is the lot,
That's correct.
okay?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Okay,
That's correct.
so I'm assuming then that you're not gonna deed this to the town? Open space?
I haven't thought about it. We haven't thought about it.
Yeah, but 29,000 is the whole thing.
Yeah,
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he's taking eight,
Lot
lot
of
one,
it
he's
is
taking
gonna be
8,000.
open space, so that was a part of the
Open
lot.
space.
Everybody's gonna walk through the yard.
yeah. To get
Well,
there.
it says easement, so are you gonna deed an easement or have an undeeded easement?
All depends, we'll do whatever you people want.
Well, an easement has to be of record, so I mean, it's gotta be, there has to be a grantee of the easement. And if the town isn't the grantee, who is?
Well, that's what I was,
Yeah.
that's what I was asking.
Yeah, we'll have to review how the open space, how the planning board handles open space, and we'll do the same thing.
Yeah, but you can't have anybody, how do they get through to the open space?
Helicopter.
Helicopter, all right,
No?
come from the other side, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little.
Down here?
It's pretty similar to what the access is at Wild Meadow.
All right, you also have a plan for showing the houses there, right?
Right.
Okay. And where do the houses fall within the open space area in relation to it?
I think the houses are shown on one of those plans there.
Yeah,
Open it up one more, yeah.
These are lots.
one we got last time.
No. Here's your line.
Okay.
Your septic is, the septic in the open?
No.
Open space is there, here's your line here.
No, nothing's in the open space.
Right, that's line, okay, so none of the houses or the septic systems or anything else in that area?
Right.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, no.
That's all I wanted to know, okay.
Is this a house back in here?
Yeah, that's, yes, that's an existing dwelling
Yeah.
with a very long driveway.
Very long driveway.
Yeah.
Must be great in the winter.
Thankfully, it's not too steep.
Goes uphill, huh? Okay. This here, this here is not the same configuration. That's this.
Bridge.
Yeah, but this entrance here comes out
Any of these easements
and
over which to have access.
And it shows it's straight.
This part here, and then this here.
wow, there's a big bend. There's a big bend here. This all comes right out straight. So what's this?
To the open space.
Okay. You're showing here entrance pad detail.
Right.
That does not look like that.
No, it doesn't. This comes straight.
This entrance pad detail is only for stones, they're loose washed stones that are put down for, so you don't track out mud onto Daniels Road.
Yeah, you're not confusing, this line is this line. That line is this line, not this line.
This line here is that,
That line,
Yeah,
yeah.
oh, okay.
You're looking at the wrong line, that's all.
yeah.
This appears to be the access, this appears to be the road, but it's
But it
actually
really
just stone
isn't.
within the road. This is the road
Right,
here,
exactly.
here, here, and there. But that's, you're right, that's a little confusing, Matt.
Okay.
All right.
He's a squeaky chair.
Oh, I thought it was you.
It could
Is it a
be.
chair?
It's a chair.
I have to get you some W-40.
It's a chair. He John's doing it.
I have a couple of comments.
Is there enough money for the camera?
I have a couple of comments for John.
You need a janitor with that.
You'll recall in our meeting of March, we discussed preparing a revised list of items that the board was still looking for.
Right.
So, and some of those items, because we verbally discussed it in the March meeting, which were requests that had occurred earlier, particularly this deed issue and that P&S, has come forth. However, I did go forward because the board said draft something, but in light of the fact that in that March meeting, you also indicated that there was information submitted to Horsley Witten, one, so there may be some information still due from them.
And we got a report, we have 2 reports from them. And the last one, I'm surprised Brent hasn't sent it to you. We got one in Monday or Tuesday. And we redesigned the infiltration basins and sent them calculations, and they agreed with it. I have it here. All the deeds.
If you don't have it, John, you wouldn't have anticipated bringing it with you. So
No,
we didn't, you know.
I do have it. Well, anyway, we redesigned the infiltration basin, they accepted it, and they made some other comments. They want a couple of topographical lines added at the infiltration basin. And we haven't still addressed the driveway issue. They wanted culverts under the driveways, which we're in the process of taking care of.
Okay, so I think there are some outstanding issues, but it sounds like you're getting close to what all parties might agree is
Right.
this would be workable.
Right,
It
yeah.
doesn't exist today, but it's getting,
Right,
sounds like
yeah.
it's getting close. My point is that in lieu of presenting John with that list today, because in fact, we now have new information, we now have these deeds, it's certainly beyond me to put a patchwork together, and I think the board is gonna have to discuss how we go about determining whether or not the information John has given us, in fact, puts the whole patchwork together, because just the overview of a total lot showing all the different parcel makeups when they were acquired, when they were deeded across. There's little ones, there's big ones, there's adjuncts. I'm amazed that they came up with a lot. You know, all this buying crazy looking lots to end up with still a crazy looking lot in the first place. But, you know, that's something the board needs to look at. So I think that warrants continuing the hearing, one. Two, this is something that came out in our conversation also with Edie, when Don and I talked with Edie back a week before, I think, our last meeting. and with regards to purchase and sale, John, which I'm pleased to see is a much more formal purchase and sale document than was the prior agreement.
Okay,
This is much more what I think most of us have experience with. One of the things Edie brought about that I think we really have to have you address for us is the absolute last paragraph in the document on page 4 states the buyer, Mr. Frangos, and it's nice to see consistency with same buyer. The buyer acknowledges that the land is classified forest land under MGL Chapter 61, and that the seller's obligations hereunder, which is everything that you've agreed to sell them, are contingent upon the waiver of a right of first refusal by the town of Rowland.
right.
And if the town elects to exercise its right of first refusal, this agreement shall be void.
Right.
Which means if that right of first refusal is acted upon, he's got nobody to sell to. So there's no point, in my
Oh,
opinion.
the town buys it.
Well, I know the town buys it, but now we're not dealing with you having a developer owning a piece of property that can develop. In which case, in my mind, the whole project becomes moot. So it seems to me you need to go to the town and get the town to act on
Okay.
whether they're gonna act on that. Because if the town wants it, and frankly, Rowley is more disposed towards open space conservation these days than they have been. I think we need to know that. Because there really isn't any point in, I mean, I would think you would want that
Exactly, yeah,
yourselves.
right.
Because if the town says at the last minute, after we've done everything, we're gonna buy it, there's no place for this to go. And I'm very hesitant right now to spend a lot
Good
more
point.
time investigating anything we're wondering about until you get an opinion from the town. Regrettably, my sense is the town doesn't move quickly on something like this. I
I
don't
think
know.
they have 60 days maybe. I think there's a time limit.
Is there a time window?
I believe
Well,
there
I know
is.
61A has 4 months,
Does it?
so I don't know about 61.
61.
61A may have 4 months also, maybe 2 months.
I'm sure
61A
they'll
is the
exercise.
agricultural exemption
Okay,
for
I'm
towns.
sure they'll
This is the same thing.
exercise the full window, whatever they have, I
Full,
would
yeah.
expect.
Yeah.
But I think you need to go to the Board of Selectmen
Okay,
and tell them of this, of the plan, and you need to get them to take a position on it.
Yeah, because there's a whole bunch of town boards that then have to, and you submit it to one board and then they refer to all the other boards, the assessors and the selectmen and.
For an opinion on whether or not to purchase. I mean, that's a whole
Yeah,
purchase process.
yeah.
we had to do the same thing on Emily Lane.
You did, okay.
Right.
All right, well, but Emily Lane wasn't, was Emily Lane affordable?
Emily Lane was what?
No.
Affordable? Wasn't
No.
affordable.
No, it was regular subdivision,
It was
but
just
it was
regular.
under the
It
forestry
was also
program.
under 61. When was that done?
10 years ago.
Yeah. How much was it offered to the town for? How much was it offered to the town for, do you
Oh,
know?
I can't remember any prices.
Well, Edie brought out the fact that you need to have that
Right,
done.
oh yeah, no, we
Because
have to
it's-
have that,
it's a
that's
clearance.
right.
It's a clearance that-
Otherwise, then all this, like you said, is moot.
It
Why didn't we
becomes,
start it, why wasn't this in the beginning done?
well, this is something that Edie brought up, and
Oh.
I'm not even sure it was clear in the original purchase agreement, because that agreement compared to this one, it may be there. I don't recall.
Yeah,
I have to read
I
it.
can't remember.
But she brought it up and said, had it been cleared? And I said, Don and I discussed it and said, had no recollection. We certainly didn't have anything from you at that point either. And it's nice to see that it's here, but I think that it is here, I'm happy to see all this other good stuff that gives us information. There's more stuff coming, but I'm feeling like, let's just continue it until we get a statement from you with a statement from the town as to what the town's going to do. Agreed? That's my opinion.
Is that a motion?
You wanna make that motion?
Sure. You get that, Ollie?
And more.
Does she have the right to record? Could she sit here with a recorder? So she doesn't have the member, she could go back
I-
and...
No,
I
no
can.
difference than, no,
Oh, you have the tape?
yeah.
But I have the tape.
Yeah, okay, all right, all right.
You get a tape from him?
Yeah, he gives me a disc every day.
Oh, I see.
And you can record it too if you want.
Yeah.
Plus, also, let it be known that the
Who knows
document
the line?
does say
It's
that this
yours.
purchase and sale agreement
Yours.
is good for 12 months. So if nothing happens in 12 months, which at this point is now 6 months,
Yeah, right.
This is dated December, right?
it ends, well, it stays in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, December.
That this agreement becomes invalid and they have to generate a new one. So it's a 1 year, it was technically dated December last year, for a year.
And I have on it.
So if we're into 4 months to,
I don't know.
we're into 4 months before the town acts on something.
Sometimes
in
when they
opinion.
do these, you tie
She told
the
me.
deadlines into the other deadlines, so you say,
This is
so
Sam.
and so shall not later than such and such apply to the town
For such and such.
to waive its right of first refusal. And then after that, you get the zoning board, after that, so you've got your deadlines. You can do it that way, but if you don't, then you have to interpret it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
is that the motion?
Yes, you had.
The motion's been seconded?
Al second.
Okay. Would you read the motion back to us, Lisa?
Are you kidding? I'm being honest.
Summarize it as best you can, if you like.
Oh, goodness. I
Why don't you
All right, I'll
just say it
second.
again for
I
He's
move
gonna
that
get
the
it on
board
his tape anyway.
request Mr. DeCoulis obtains from the Board of Selectmen a formal position as to their right of first refusal regarding the property and the application submitted to the zoning board for the development of a street and related housing known as Marion Way. And that applicant,
Hold it, she's still writing.
no,
I'm gonna refer to the tape anyway.
Okay.
Try to make it short.
Okay,
okay, so that's fine.
all right.
Okay,
That'll-
So-
I'll second that.
Okay,
okay.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Okay. Motion carried.
All right, John, thank you.
Okay.
So,
We'll continue the hearing till when? When we give them, says 60 days?
8 months.
I think you can only continue for till the next meeting, can't you?
I think we can give you as much time as you probably want. I, see, because I don't see us doing anything until.
No, I don't either, but I thought you could only continue it till the next meeting.
No, well, we did 30-day continuances to give you windows, so you couldn't say, I would have come in. I didn't, I couldn't, you didn't have it being on the agenda. But I think until we hear more from you, could we ask you, maybe we should continue for 30, just so that you give us a status and request that you give us a status
Okay.
30 days from now. Just tell us, I sent a letter to the selectmen
Right.
on such and such a date, I haven't heard anything back,
Okay.
just so we have something to get us going on.
What John is talking about is the requirement that you can only continue it if he requests it. But, so the request can come from him as to the time period. So if he says, give me 60 days,
We have to give them that.
it's up to you to ask how long you want to continue.
Oh, is that right? I can ask for 60?
Yeah.
I believe
I
so,
see.
yes.
We'll have to look at
Even
Robert's
though-
rules.
No,
No, no, no,
It's not Robert's
it's
rules.
under it's under the
And
regs, right? It's under the 40A regs as to what the applicant can request. That
Yeah.
When you,
The
when
board
you,
can't continue it without your request.
and give us a copy, when you come in 30 days or whenever, give us a copy of the letter that you sent to the selectmen.
Oh, yeah, no,
You know,
absolutely.
so we know that it's,
Absolutely. And you'll be receiving copies of the report from the technical review agent. I'm pretty sure Brent will send you copies.
I talked to him yesterday, and he told me basically what you told the board.
Yeah.
Okay,
all right.
that works.
Okay,
All right.
thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, the end is in sight.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Oh, did you want to talk about the vacuum cleaner, or is she
No.
gonna be able to do what she wants?
Well, for haircuts first.
Okay,
You on your vacuum cleaner, or we go on the other route?
That's it.
Let's go the other
all
way.
right then.
Yeah, I'd go the other route.
Okay.
Yep.
Might get a bad back lifting that.
Continue this what?
Doing the janitor's job.
What's that? He didn't specifically say. I think we
They
have
got
to
it
continue
within
for 30.
30 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what it looks like?
Okay, we'll continue this Marion Way case.
Yeah.
Our June meeting.
June,
Can't see
30
that.
days, 60 days.
Bill's spent.
30.
30.
June 19th, I think?
Yeah, because we want him to.
I can't see those little figures from here.
It's,
No, it's not tonight. Oh, yes, it is.
June 19th.
You
Yeah.
can. That's under him.
Okay.
I can bring in a big one, red one.
Okay, all in favor of continuing this till the 19th of June? Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Do we have anything else to discuss? No. We don't want to discuss the vacuum cleaner.
No,
No.
you're gonna handle that.
You're gonna talk to Debbie.
There's a thing we'll get into, we're gonna get a Porsche or a backpack, you should be handle it.
You have my permission, go ahead. Okay,
Make a motion, we adjourn?
I guess
So
so.
moved.
Second, I mean.
Motion's been made and second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.